mostly the issues that I want to address, and the issues that Kenyans want addressed, are the issues of the executive. The premium that has been put on the executive has been too much, and that's why presidential elections in this country have become so vicious. So the idea, therefore, is to try and expand the base and remove the tribal competition among Wananchi to party competition. Do you understand? When we move from the purely presidential system to a parliamentary system, and then the system becomes more, it reduces the pressure on citizens.
Okay.
And on tribal competition. It becomes now more, and then the issue of accountability also. There is more accountability in a parliamentary system. So these are some of the issues we address in that.
You say that Kenyans are calling for an expanded executive. Which Kenyans are this? Did you carry out some sort of survey? Or because there are those who feel this is a one-man drive?
Listen, it is very simple. I have made a legislative proposal as a member of parliament. I am elected by the people, right? I live in this country. We all know what happened. We've had a very vicious election battle in this country. Lives have been lost. People have died. I hope Kenyans haven't forgotten what has happened. And I hope you also haven't forgotten what has happened, what we have gone through as a republic in the last elections. So someone had to take that initiative. And the constitution, the current constitution that we have, proposes two ways of amending it. And one way is the popular initiative, which I hear the Third Way Alliance group are trying to do. I find that route a bit difficult. But this one of parliament is perhaps easier.
More straightforward.
More straight. If we remove personalities, if we remove the idea that we are creating a position for so and so, we are creating a position for no. We just want to look at the systemic issues in our governance system and have them addressed. And there is no time, in my considered view, given that we are in the season of handshakes, there is no better time than now, because now it looks like some bit of truce all over. And this is the time to look at this matter.
This is the time to look at this. The reason I may seem to be belaboring my point is because, so if we look at what Kenyans are asking for at the moment, and I took a look at the latest Ipsos survey, Kenyans' biggest challenges are cost of living, hunger or drought, unemployment, corruption, just to name a few. There are those who feel that you would have brought about a better bill if your bill tackled those issues.
Listen,
they feel that your plan will suit a few who get those positions.
No, it's not about that. It's about stabilizing the country. Stability is key. Those matters. There are 349 members of parliament. Another member of parliament can bring a bill to, or bring something, a motion or a bill to address. Those are the matters.
The other issues.
Yes, there are 349 of us. Let me do this. Another member does the other one.
Okay,
Yeah.
You do that. Let other members do that.
Yeah.
The Standard newspaper in March quoted you as saying that we have a Ferrari presidency. Were you misquoted?
No, I wasn't.
What's a Ferrari presidency?
It's a vehicle for two.
What we have right now is a vehicle for
Yeah,
two.
but what we need is a Pro Box. So,
but that Pro Box cannot benefit all Kenyans. And I know you're trying to say that this is a bill for all Kenyans,
Yes,
but
yes.
you've just expanded a little bit. But
no, but I want you to understand the fundamental
Okay, go
change.
ahead.
I want the Kenyans to understand the fundamental issues that I'm trying to address. I am saying that a parliamentary system of government is less. There is lesser tribal competition in a parliamentary system of government. Okay. Why? Because we will remove the direct universal adult suffrage that brings that necessitates tribal competition. Do you understand? Two delegates of a party, when, for instance, Jubilee Party, when they go to elect the party leader, at Kasarani. Because that's normally the place where we go to do these things. When those delegates of Jubilee come to elect the leader of the party, that leader of the party shall automatically become, if they have the majority, that leader becomes the prime minister, and that therefore removes the pressure of Wananchi. Do you understand? Two, there is more accountability.
In what ways?
In the manner, if you look at Parliament now, the executive and the legislature, they work at cross purposes. You will find a member of Parliament, for instance, a chairman of a committee, trying to reply to a question from a fellow member. They have no knowledge whatsoever of what's going on in the executive. Some bureaucrats in offices just give them some answers. When you ask them a supplementary question, they do not know. So what we are saying is, when we have the Prime Minister sitting in Parliament, when we have somebody by the name leader of official position sitting in Parliament, then it is easier to check on government. The day-to-day running of affairs of government is easier to check from the people, and Parliament represents the sovereign will of the people. There is no better institution for... Look, when you go to Public Accounts Committee, the reports that the National Audit Office bring to Parliament, they are post-mortem reports. I mean, these are the issues that have happened way back. If it is money people have stolen, they have stolen way back. So they are basically post-mortem reports, post-mortem audits. So we want accountability there and then in Parliament.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I'll give our viewers a chance a bit later on just to understand, a bit about how you came up with this. But of course, your bill has received quite some resistance. And we know that...
And some support too.
And some support too.
There's a lot of support.
Okay.
I want to tell you this.
We get to hear... I think we're hearing more of the resistance than the actual support. Okay, I can give you 30 seconds to talk about the support you're receiving. Before I talk about the resistance, like 3 Nyandarua MPs, for example, have voiced their concerns, and I'm coming to that. But you said you're receiving support?
Yes.
From which quarters?
Especially from Wananchi. Wherever I go,
yes.
Wananchi are telling me, please, Mheshimiwa, proceed. We are with you. I get support from my colleagues in Parliament. You'll be surprised when that bill comes to Parliament. You'll be surprised at the numbers we'll get.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, and I'll come and talk about that briefly. But 3 Nyandarua County MPs have voiced their opposition for a constitutional referendum to have more seats created in the executive. The leaders say that it was not the right time to create the position of a prime minister and 2 deputies, as has been the call by a section of opposition leaders, led by Ndaragwa MP Jeremiah Kioni, his Ol-Kalou counterpart David Kiaraho, and Nyandarua woman MP Faith Gitau. They accused the leaders calling for a referendum of fighting for selfish gains. The leaders insisted that it was not the right time to put Kenyans in another campaign mode immediately after an election.
This issue of trying to, some people saying, oh, we want to create a position of prime minister, deputy prime minister, this is retrogressive. We cannot be politicking throughout. Actually, if you find the amount of time we have wasted, considering what happened last year, right now Kenyans, what they want are leaders who are focused and leaders who are going to make change in their life. And
our colleagues wale nao wameweka gia ya siasa, na waomba na wasihi kwa unyenyekevu, tutulie kabisa, tufanyie watu wetu development, tuende tulete development, lakini wakati wa siasa umeisha.
Na kama wewe hujachida kiti, huwezi kuanza siasa ya kusema tupindue tena katiba, ili tu wewe uweze kupata kiti katika ama cheo fulani katika serikalini. Nafikiri hiyo sio jambo la heshima, sio jambo jema, na pia sio jambo ambalo tungetaka litufunge kama Wakenya, na hasa kama viongozi tuanze tena siasa nyingine mrefu.
All right, Honorable Kamket complains about time wasted last year. Now is not the time for this. Taking Kenyans back to an election mood or mode when they were trying to recover and get back to business. Those are some of the fears of some of those leaders.
It's a choice for Kenyans. Do we want to bury our heads in the sand and wait for another 5 years? We fight again. Lives are lost.
You're sure? It seems you're very confident that
I am not.
History will repeat itself in
I
2022.
am not a doomsayer. But you see, the current the way it is constituted, the way the current system, the way it is, definitely will bring issues. That is the reality, and it's dishonest for some. It's dishonest for leaders to say that we do not want to put the country into an election mode. It's quite dishonest and simplistic, because those people are the ones who are talking about 2022. The same people. I mean, they are the ones talking about 2022. So what are they talking about? What is 2022? At every gathering, you'll hear, when it reaches 2022, you will be the one. You will be. So
in your view, they're being dishonest.
They are being dishonest.
You see some measure of hypocrisy in their statements.
Yes, it's totally dishonest. My view is this: we do not have to have an acrimonious constitutional amendment process. It doesn't have to be acrimonious.
But this is Kenya.
It does not have to. It does not have to.
But it might.
Well, if it might, but that is my view. It does not have to be acrimonious, right?
Okay.
First of all, let the bill come to Parliament. Parliament is a house of debates. It's a house of rules. It's a house of laws. Let the members of Parliament discuss this matter as leaders. For the bill to pass, it will require two-thirds in both houses.
In both houses.
Come on, let it come.
What are you afraid of?
No.
It's that's what you're telling.
Yes. What I'm saying is, what the heck? let the bill come to Parliament. Let members of Parliament ventilate. That is their job, my friend. That is the job of members of Parliament. Their job is to make law. Let that bill come. We discuss. If we don't get enough numbers, well and good.
You leave it alone and you move on to other business.
Yes. That is the idea.
I want to give our viewers a chance to weigh in on this. 2242. Can we have some of the recommendations in that constitutional amendment bill on screen? 2242 is our SMS line. Single-term, 7-year ceremonial presidency, the introduction of an executive prime minister's post, the scrapping of the deputy president's post, the creation of the position of leader of official opposition, cabinet secretaries should originate from parliament, while county assemblies will elect 2 senators of the opposite sex, male, female, in every county assembly. Do you trust the IEBC as currently constituted to oversee this process should we get to that sort of referendum?
First of all, on matters IEBC, I must say that I'm a bit conflicted.
In what ways?
I have relatives, very close relatives who work in IEBC,
okay.
So I do not want to talk about IEBC.
That's important to declare that.
Yes, it's important. But I believe we will, there's time before this bill goes through
the motions.
All those processes. There's time, I believe by that time we will have sorted those issues of IEBC. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hope that they will be sorted
by that time.
You are not concerned by what we are seeing, and it could delay this bill?
No. I believe those matters will be sorted in due course.
Okay.
Yeah.
This bill is your idea. You've not been sent by anyone. I'm just asking. That's
that is the problem with this country. I have been asked that question a million times by colleagues.
Okay.
But you see, my name is William Kamket, Member of Parliament for Tiaty constituency, fresh term MP. I have come to Parliament with clean hands, right? These are my proposals. If someone else, all right, if someone else believes that they will benefit from these proposals, that is okay. If someone believes that these proposals denies them chance to enjoy imperial presidency, that is another matter. I have come with this matter as honestly as possible. I have come with clean hands.
You've come with clean hands. So,
yes.
So to answer my question, no, this is not someone else's idea. It is yours.
It is my idea.
It is your idea.
Yeah. I am a very firm believer.
Okay.
Personally, as Kamket, I am a very firm believer that parliamentary system of government is the way to go for this country. This other one, because we went presidential system and forgot that, and we were trying to copy from America. But even in America, the president is not elected directly. There is still an electoral college.
Electoral college.
Yes. So there has to be some. Personally, I believe very strongly that a parliamentary system is what will sort this country out, and we will not have those cycles of violence that we witness at every election.
Fair enough, Honorable Kamket. Let's stop beating around the bush and get into it. You have denied allegations, and right now you've said it, that the bill is intended to spoil for anyone. Supporters of Deputy President William Ruto have come out quite strongly over the weekend. They are against this referendum. How will you convince his camp, for example, and you heard them, to support this bill? Because you know that you need 2/3 support in the House.
First of all, I want something I need to help my friend. You know, there is a...
Which friend?
The Deputy President.
Okay.
You know, last time, Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, when he was Prime Minister, he was a proponent of parliamentary system of government. But when he thought that he had a chance, he had one leg in State House, he was going to become president, he changed.
Is that what he's told you, or you?
No. It's in public knowledge.
Okay.
Yes.
But he's not here to say yes or no.
No.
But
It's in the public domain.
Okay.
The same thing now. I am seeing this because Mheshimiwa Odinga thought falsely. He believed falsely that he was in State House. Just like now, this other gentleman. So you see, they say in law that you must make a law that you can trust your opponent with. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I believe that those advising the Deputy President are misadvising him. I believe he's being misadvised. Okay. Right? Because this is a very good piece of legislation that's going to help this country. They should not look at it from the point of Kamke trying to spoil.
Does it not complicate the future? Because a referendum could change the thoughts of people. We've seen that in the past as well.
It will change the thoughts of Kenyans for the better.
Especially if you back the losing side, for example, then that could spoil for you in come 2022.
Those are extraneous.
I'm just trying to paint scenarios.
Those are extraneous matters in my view. My view, I want to stay focused on helping Kenyans come up with a system of government that is more inclusive, right? That is more accountable, that is less acrimonious.
Okay.
That is where my mind is.
That's your focus.
That is my focus.
When we see you, like we saw you last week in Kabarak, with Senator Gideon Moi, of course you were part of the team that accompanied Honorable Raila Odinga to see Mzee Moi. Does it not look like you are with one side, and thus that would bring about the discussion that this bill is a plan by one side to scuttle the plans of the other side? How does that look?
The visit to Mzee Moi by former Prime Minister Odinga was a very normal thing, in my view.
The headlines were not normal.
No. You see, people can deduce what they want to deduce, in my view. But in any case, anyway, I'm elected under KANU. Everybody belongs to their own political parties. Everybody has their own political persuasion. We are KANU supports this government, right? We voted for President Kenyatta, and by extension William Ruto. So there's no big deal. And the issues now of the Kenyatta succession are different matters.
From what you're trying
from what this one is not, you know, anybody, whoever wants to be the executive can become the prime minister, right? So what I do not see why people are being apprehensive. I do not see the reason for apprehension.
Okay.
Because you can be that prime minister. You can be that prime minister. So what is the apprehension about?
Why the fear?
Yes, because listen, we have a very. The issue of the succession is a very.
And of course, questions on whether KANU will have a presidential candidate in 2022.
KANU.
Yes.
I think most definitely yes.
Most definitely yes.
Yes.
when will the announcement be made? We've
I don't know.
MPs already asking Senator Moi
that one will come.
Okay.
But the issue of whether Kanu, I think it's actually a question of delegates. But I think in this coming election, Kanu will have a candidate. That's for sure. That's for sure. But that contest we have a lot of time between now and that time. Between now and when let us amend the laws first, right? Let us try and right the wrongs in the constitution. Let us try and make the playing ground more accommodative, even for the losers. Because, you know, when we have somebody like Raila Odinga with about 7 million supporters outside the government, zero chance to, you know, Parliament is the epicenter of representation, right? Parliament is the place. So when we have people like Raila Odinga outside Parliament, when we have people like Kalonzo Musyoka outside Parliament, how then the only chance they have is funerals and other places. We should be having the person who is the chief executive of the republic in Parliament at every time to reply to questions by the elected representatives of the people.
Okay.
Parliament is the epicenter of representation.
Okay.
Yes.
I know I need to let you go shortly because you have some business in Parliament. There are other proposals, Ekuru Aukot, Punguza Mizigo initiative. Would you consider working together with people of minds like those who feel that, yes, the law should be amended, but might not agree with you fully on what parts of the law? He feels, for example, the biggest issue affecting the country at the moment is the size of Parliament and the wage bill as well. He wants to cut it down from, I think, 25 billion or 35 billion to 5 billion. What would you say about...
The problem with Dr. Aukot is that I think he lives in an ideal situation. I doubt. I really doubt.
He might say the same of you.
No. Well, he's at liberty.
Okay.
Because sometimes I find some of the things he says really out of this world. And I think I should challenge him to go and run for Member of Parliament for Turkana South, or Turkana, where he comes from, Kapedo. So that he can at least begin to speak more realistically, like some of us. Okay. Because when you say you reduce the number of members of Parliament to I don't know how many, really, that is really out of the world.
He wants to merge constituencies into the counties, basically, so you'll have 47 MPs, male and female.
So with due respect, I think that gentleman should seek for a less elective seat than the presidency, and then come back to the reality and come to the world, and then now we can look at his views.
Okay, and that's how you want to leave that particular matter. Thank you so much, Honorable William Kamket, Tiaty Member of Parliament. Thank you for any time to be here with us, and then we wait to see the progress. And you've said you have the support you need in Parliament.
I do.
Despite what we are hearing.
There is tremendous support. The only thing that needs to be done, that leaders need to do, is to get rid of personalities. Do not put personalities that this seat will be for Mr. So-and-so, this Deputy Prime Minister will be Mr. So-and-so. No. Let us look at the law as a law.
Let's look at the law as a law.
Yes.
How are you going to convince those who have the numbers to back you? President Uhuru Kenyatta, NASA leader or ODM leader Raila Odinga, how are you going to convince them to rally their MPs?
So many of these people are talking as we speak now. Most of those debates that you hear people talking about, we do not time for this. They have not read the bill. When that bill comes to Parliament,
okay,
when it comes to Parliament, and each member will have a copy.
But you know that Parliament, that a lot of MPs listen to their party leaders. They are even told to toe this line or that line.
No, when that bill comes to Parliament, when they read it,
yes.
In fact, I believe that the members of Parliament will go and tell their principals, I think this is a good bill.
Is Parliament independent enough to do that? From what we've seen this year, it seems everyone is told what to do.
I have a lot of respect for my
colleagues. Here yesterday said Parliament is captured.
I have a lot of respect for my colleagues. I have a lot of respect for them. I have a lot of respect because there are those who want to capture Parliament. That's true. There are those who want to try and... But when we are debating, especially on a weighty matter like this, Parliament rises up. Parliament at all times.
You believe it will
rise
rise up
Yes.
in your case?
Yes.
Okay.